Hi there, this is Hank with Space Heater Studios in Houston, Texas, and today we want to show you how to set up your Twitter account. Now, Twitter is one of the primary social media avenues that we encourage you to use to stay in touch with your customers. It allows you to send, or in their vernacular, to tweet, brief, and therefore composed to be useful and to the point messages to your account that your customers see by subscribing to that Twitter account. Now, when we open the Twitter page, I entered here twitter.com, and we see a pretty nicely designed page here with a nice big friendly yellow sign up button over here, which sounds like exactly what we want to do. So I'm going to click on there, and then we enter a page that you commonly find as you sign up for different sites asking you for some basic information. Now what I'm going to do here, instead of putting in my personal name, is I'm going to adopt the perspective that I'm setting up a business. This is an account that I want to represent my business, so I'm going to put in my business name here, and just hoping to have one here that is unique and that it won't reject. I'm going to say it's Houston Business, and here for my username, and I wonder if it allows spaces here. Okay, no spaces, so this is going to be one thing here. You just have another capital there to help set it off, and it's checking availability. This is very nice, and it tells me that it's okay, so that's great. And then it does give really good feedback over here on the side. A little bit earlier I was putting in a password, and I put in literally a password, and it says too obvious. Does not like that at all. So I'm going to do another one. And oh, okay, no, it doesn't like that one. I started to replicate the full business name there, and it says don't like that, but it likes that, and I'm doing one I just can remember easily. Now I'm going to put in an email address here, and I happen to know this is not an email address that actually exists, but I don't think they'll discover that soon enough to mess this up. HoustonBusiness@gmail.com says they'll send me a confirmation, which, by the way, when you get that confirmation, it's got some links to some very nice information that you may find useful to peruse to, and in particular, there's one document that has a link to called Twitter 101 for Business that is very interesting to check out, so be sure and look for that one. Now we have our information entered in. It looks like it likes all the information. Then it's got terms of service, and it always asks us, we never read that, right? But it always asks us to confirm that we read it in some way. And that's implied here when we click Create My Account button here. It says that we've looked at that and agreed to it. Now you might want to be subscribed here to the Inside Scoop, where you get some information from Twitter, which can be useful sometimes to just sort of discover how to use it. Right now I don't want that. I've already had that, and so I'm going to uncheck it. Now I click my Create My Account button. And I wait, my Am I Human test. Okay, so here, this can be sort of challenging sometimes, but I'm going to Q-U-I-T-A or L-A. See, I'm thinking T-A. It really looks more like L-A. I'm going to say, no, I think it's T-A. Action. We'll see if I pass being human or not here. Click the Finish button. Is it happy? Look, I think we created our account, and I'm human. Excellent. Now, these next three screens are really about finding people that you want to subscribe to, that you want to follow, more than getting people to follow you. But they can still be interesting, and I think you probably still want to check them out. Now this first one here gives you all kinds of different areas where there may be some very popular tweets that are out there, and it lets you sort of peruse through them and say, hey, Mars Phoenix, that sounds interesting. Something from NASA, Dig Science, Discover. You know, that's a lot of interesting stuff. There's NASA there. Okay, that's the real one, I think. Asteroid Watch. I may come back and look at that a little bit more later. Down here we have one for, let's say, technology. Maybe we're geeks. And the FCC, I don't recognize any of these yet. I noticed when I looked at this the other day, it gave me a different selection through here. So I suppose each time it sort of gives you a different selection that you might then sort of just discover something. David Progue with the New York Times, know him. That might be interesting to do. Walt Mossberg. Bill Gates. I wonder if they got one for Steve Jobs. That'd be cool. Anyway, and then down here at the bottom is a button that says to go to the next step, which will be Friends. And I'm going to a button right down here. I hope you can see it. Boom. Takes me to the next one. And it's already discovered that it doesn't like... Oh, no, here we go. This is good. What it does is that you got various areas where it might find some addresses for people that you know. Maybe you have a bunch of emails in a Gmail, maybe you have some business contacts here or something, and it'll go there and find them and tell you if any of those people have tweets, and therefore you might be interested in checking them out. I'm not going to go in for that right now, so I'm going to the button down here in the lower right that says Next Step, Search. And I do that. And here you can enter somebody that you might know and you're wondering if they have a tweet, or you believe they do. And in this case, just for illustrations, I'm going to put in the tweet that I know that I have for my little swing dance stuff. I click the search button here. And sure enough, there I am, Second Cup Swing, location in Houston, Texas. Thanks, hobbies, tweets for swing dance events, lessons, happenings in Houston. All right, pretty cool. Next step, you're done. Big blue button down here in the lower right. And that should be it. Now it's going to present us, I believe, with sort of our homepage for this new one that we just created, Houston Business. And it's thinking, there we go. And this is what you will generally find as your homepage, your beginning place. You want to make a tweet, you'll generally encounter this. And right up here under what's happening is where you're going to put your tweet. So for instance, boom, boom. And then you click the tweet button. And now you have one tweet. It tells you your history here. Tells you you'll have a timeline here of any that you've done. And it also tells you how many people you are following, but even more importantly, how many are following you. But you start getting the word out to your customers, and you invite them to join you, and you end up with your contact list, and you use that, and you send them and you invite them to join you, and you may use this to do some special offers and such to make it a little bit of sweeter deal for them to come. Now you'll notice that up here we have some messages that the email address was not good and this kind of thing, which for this purpose I'm not concerned with, but of course you want to be good at putting in good information when you actually do this. That pretty much covers it for getting into Twitter. Now soon we'll be doing another screencast to explore some options that you might want to consider in your Twitter account and to see just how to use Twitter to enhance your profile with your customers. Hope this helps, and we look forward to you visiting next time. But in the meantime, please visit us at spaceheaterstudios.com.